There comes a point in life where you realize that no matter what you do, it's an uphill battle. The amount of effort that you put into something is not proportionate to your likelihood of achieving your desired outcome. Things don't always follow a linear path. In fact, many times they just don't. I didn't start training for a marathon to be healthy. I started because I'm one of those people that would literally be glued to the computer all day if I didn't do any type of physical activity. I'm that kind of person who likes to be on the computer, studying software, sorting data, visualizing it, looking into the intricacies of all these minute details of anything really. And if I were left to do what I wanted to do, I would do that all day. When it comes to trading, what that means is I would sit at the chart all day trying to find all these different patterns and trying to become the best retail chart analyst that I could because I wanted to optimize everything. And the rest of my activities would probably revolve around the computer. That's what I've done pretty much most of my life. But that's not good for you. You can't just be a one-dimensional person. You have to have other things that are going for you. So I had to find a way out. For me, that's exercise. And that's why I spend so much time away from the computer now. Now, during the day, I study and do my work. So I'm not looking at stocks or crypto or CFDs during the time that I'm supposed to be doing my actual work, making progress in what the main thing currently is in my life, which is laying the foundation for a future career. But you have to have other things working for you. So I don't completely neglect trading and investing. And the beauty is when you're doing exercise, you're focused on the physical exertion. If I didn't do this exercise, I know I would be spending time scrolling through the most random stuff on every different platform, every different website, and that's terrible for anyone's mental health. It slowly makes your mind deteriorate, and I don't want to be that kind of person. Now, the problem with trading is that there's always something to look at. There's always another setup. There's always another chart. And so what happens if you're not careful is that you begin to try to stay around longer, lingering on the chart, and then you end up overtrading and losing on your money. Now, that concept can also go for the broader entrepreneurship space. Always see someone who's doing something cooler than you, something better than you. Something that's so real is everyone's on their own path. It doesn't matter what you're doing, who you're doing it with, the group that's surrounding you. At the end of the day, it's really just you. So I've been realizing this because I've joined some groups recently, and it's like we have people who are into trading, people who are into building an online business, people who are into running. Also joined a group of people who are into content creations, like all these different things. And we're in the group, we're there, we're holding each other accountable and all that, but at the end of the day, it's only you that can do what you want to do. Nobody can really be blamed for things that you didn't do for yourself. It's really freeing, but it puts a lot of pressure on you because you're the one that has to make things happen. People are doing things at such a high level. I'm surprised, to be honest. I didn't think people took this stuff so seriously, and I'm just really inspired by that. It's not just people who are experienced in things. People who have no experience, people who don't know much about anything, they are just taking action. And the more that they take action, the more that things happen for them. When I see that there's kids in high school who are doing things that I thought were super cool to learn about in college. But you need that inspiration at the same time because you need to know what's possible beyond just what you see in your own life. So it's a mixed bag of sorts. Now, coming back to marathon training, I needed something that would force me to stay off the screen for a long time period. People have all these non-negotiables about doing 30 minutes of exercise a day. And I used to look at this stuff like, oh, that's silly. Anyone can just do 30 minutes of exercise. It's not that hard. And that's what you think until you realize how undisciplined you are, because 30 minutes for me was a struggle. 30 minutes on top of my other responsibilities, studying, managing various relationships. It becomes hard if you're not intentional with it, and then you don't grow. And if you don't grow, you are regressing, which is a sad reality. Doing something like long runs, practicing structured training, following a plan, these are the kinds of things that force you to take inventory of what you're actually doing in your life. When you spend so much time running, going to the gym, which I probably should do more of, you only have a certain amount of time to do other things because you just ate up a few hours of your day by doing that. So now it's like you don't even have a choice. You have to be more efficient with how you do things in life. The more time you spend away from focusing on whatever you're doing on the computer, in this case for me, it's trading, but it could be coding, it could be making dashboards, it could be doing any type of data analysis. The more time you spend away, the more refreshed you feel when you come back. I think one of the best things you can do is try to find a way to not be so locked in on just one thing and making yourself one dimension. When you add more dimensions to yourself, you actually become not just a more interesting person, but better at whatever your main thing is, especially with something that pertains to trading or investing. When you have something else that you can step into and fully focus on for however long it is, you're not banking everything on how one trade goes. You have something else to look forward to. You know that your main entrepreneurial endeavor isn't going to dictate how you feel about your whole entire life. And I think that many of us miss that because we're trying so hard to just push through and make things happen based on sheer willpower, and that is unhealthy. You can begin to lose track of time. And so you let your time that you're spending grinding grinding on this goal eat up what used to be time with your friends, or what used to be time doing other things to grow yourself as a human being. You don't have control over everything that makes up your life circumstances, but for this area, you do. This is why it's so important to have hobbies, and I would recommend one that involves physical activity. I just would. Dare I say, I am biased to running. But if you feel like you're losing control of your time, you probably don't need to do more work or to work harder on the same thing that you've already been working on. The best thing you can do for your progress is just stop staring at the screen